Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got the new Barrel Foundation 5-year double barrel. I got to give a shout out to the good folks over at Barrel Craft Spirits for sending me this bottle. Let's get it.
Bottle drop, bottle drop, bottle drop.
Now you're gonna notice that I have other bottles on the table besides Barrel products. And the reason why is because this is the Tumbling Dice double barrel. Now I'm gonna get into the mash bill of that thing in a minute, but I want to let you guys know about this. This is the Virginia Distilling Company American Single Malt Whiskey. It is the Blue Ridge Toasted Barrel finished in virgin toasted barrels from the Blue Ridge Mountains in Virginia. That thing comes in at 100 proof, drinks more like, you know, I would say an Irish whiskey or single malt scotch. But this is the new double barrel. I know that's a little bit of a mouthful. Barrel Foundation Double Barrel 5-year. It is the exact same juice as the 5-year Foundation that they released last year, but this one is just toasted. Now, it doesn't say how long it's toasted. I am going to put the placard up on the screen so you can read it as I read along, but it has 8-year Kentucky, 5, 6, and 9-year from Indiana, 8-year from Tennessee, 5 and 6 year from Maryland. And like I said, it doesn't talk about how long it's been finished in that secondary barrel, but it just says secondary maturation in new oak cask enhances the notes of dark chocolate, leather, dried fruit, and toasted marshmallow. So I think this is going to be an interesting matchup to put these two in a blind, because the mash bill on the Barrel Foundation, the double barrel, is 73, 23, 4. So corn, 73%, 23% rye, and of malted barley, you've got 4%. Now, this is a high rye mash bill. So this is 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley. So Tumbling Dice has a higher rye, and the proof is only 5 proof points higher, but I think I'll be able to put these two in a blind, put them head to head, and it shouldn't be an issue. But anyway, I've been sitting here talking, man, and the smell coming out of this glass is like the gooey, doughy center of a Cinnabon. I mean, this thing is just super sweet on the nose. A little bit of like a mapley note comes through. Touch of oak comes through. I mean, it's very sweet on the nose, but you also pick up a heavy like orange, citrus, orange peel note. All right, let's get into the palate of this thing. It's got this savory note in the background, finishes with dark cocoa, dark chocolate, very orange forward, like very citrus forward. Now, the night that I cracked this thing when I got it, it was a lot warmer. Down here at the Bourbon Drop Studios, it's colder, but the night that I got it, man, I was getting a lot of vanilla notes. I was getting like that toasted marshmallow note. That is a favorite of mine. I am not picking that up tonight, but this thing has probably gone down about a good 20 degrees because it is always cold down here. I've got a heater in here right now just to shoot this video. But let's get back into the nose. Still oaky, dried fruits. You do pick that up in here, but that citrus, it's citrus heavy. That maple note, undertones of like vanilla and oak, man. All right, back into the palate one more time. Thanks for supporting the Bourbon Drop channel, but don't forget to support us over on the Pour Decisions website. The link will be in the description. Shout out to Matt from Whiskey Wisdom and Sean from Echoes in Eternity. They did a bundle pack, 2 375s of the short barrel honey finished bee's knees pick, so go pick those up right now. Nice, easy drinker. citrus forward, dark chocolate. It doesn't drink creamy. That's one thing. That's a knock that I'll have against this thing is it's not creamy. It has like a thin to medium, not thin by any means, but like thin to medium. It is not super viscous in the mouth. Very like almost chocolate orange, chocolate covered orange slices, like citrus and dark chocolate and cocoa. Little oaky. It does have a little bit of like a creamy vanilla on there. Back into the palate one more time. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta give props to Barrell. I'm liking that one. All right, let's get into the breakdown because I haven't told you what the cost is of this thing yet. All right, so is it worth the chase? This is going to be an everyday product. I don't think you should have to chase it. It'll probably be out there. If it was a special release, I'd still say no, it's not worth the chase. Is it worth picking up? Yes, but standing in line all night for? No, those are like, you know my type of like chase-worthy bottles. It's not a lot. And I told you in 2024, I was being stingy with saying something was worth the chase. So 2025 is no different. Is it worth retail? Now, let's get into the retail price. You all know that Barrell can be quite expensive. Even though the youngest whiskey in here is 5 years old, you see that it creeps all the way up to 9. It is $54.99. Is it worth retail? I'm going to have to say yes. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. I enjoyed the first one, but I'm starting to really like toasted products. The oakiness that's on it, I'm starting to like stuff that has, like I told you, that toasted marshmallow note is one of my favorite notes to get. Even though I didn't get it tonight, I can't wait until I take it back upstairs and let it warm up a little bit and then put that thing with a stick and see if it comes back out. So yes, it is worth retail. Who's it for? With this thing coming in at 100 proof, being double barrel does add some of that like oakiness to it. I don't think it's extremely oaky at all, but I would probably say this would be safe to give to an intermediate to experienced bourbon drinker. New bourbon drinker, sometimes 100 proofs can come off a little, just a little too strong for them. You know, they tend to be around that 86 to 90 proof range, and this might be a bit much for them. Will it always be on the bar? I do like this thing. Once I run out of this, I could see myself picking up another one. Like I said, I can't wait to take this thing upstairs to see if it warms up, to see if I get that toasted marshmallow note again, because that is one of my all-time favorites. I will pair this thing with the stick and see if it comes back out. But yes, it will always be on the bar. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head into a drop. Till next time.